comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this edition of a Funko Popcast. I'm DK Wrestler.
And I'm MD Shady.
And in today's podcast, we don't have that many Funko Pop announcements per se, although there are a lot of Funko Pops, especially in the one licensor that got announced this week, which we will be discussing about in today's podcast. But on today's podcast, we do have, of course, the regular What's the Haps segment. Also, like I mentioned, we're going to be talking about this week's Funko Pop announcements. And then we're actually going to be ending off the podcast talking about some huge news from Funko themselves regarding WonderCon 2021. So we'll get into that right after we talk about the Funko Pop announcements. But without further ado, let's kick off with our usual segment of What's the Haps, which of course is the segment where we basically talk about what we've done this past week, whether it's watching TV shows, playing video games, watching movies, etc. upon etc. Whatever we've been doing this past week, which like usual, let's kick off with MD Shady.
Alrighty, what is the haps with me? First thing that comes to mind is obviously My Hero Academia. Still watching that. Still on season 2 because, geez, it's been hard for me to get some free time recently with getting more hours again at work. That's really all I've been watching, I guess, besides YouTube. YouTube, I guess, is the thing that I watch the most, I would say. For games, obviously, still shredding Pokemon Go every day. I need to catch a Pokemon for 30 days in a row so I can finally get that shiny Mew. And then I've also been playing Animation Throwdown, which I re-downloaded for the first time in, God, it must have been like 4 years at this point. If you guys don't know what Animation Throwdown is, it is a really cool card game, and basically it has the properties of Family Guy, Futurama, King of the Hill, Bob's Burgers, and I feel like I'm missing one. Family Guy, Futurama, King of the Hill, Bob's Burgers. There's got to be one more, but it's not coming to my brain for some reason. And basically, it's a card game where you have your characters and you have your, like, item cards, I guess they would be called. And you can combine the characters with the item cards to make, like, kind of iconic scenes from those shows. Like, one, for example, is if you do, like, Pawtucket Patriot beer with, like, Fry, then you get Drunk Fry. Or if you do Fry with money, then you get Shut Up and Take My Money, like that meme. I love the game. It's a lot of fun, and I kind of wish I would have downloaded it sooner because I used to play it, and I wish I had my old account because I know I had a lot of really rare cards on there. So yeah, that's about all I've been playing. I've been meaning to play VR some more because I haven't touched it in forever, and there's actually games on there that I bought that I haven't even played yet, so I need to get on that. And also, I actually have my Switch charging right now because I plan to play some Switch today. So what's the haps with you, DK?
All right, what's the haps with me? Wrote quite a bit down. So first off, I'll get Among Us over and done with. Been playing some Among Us more. Not as much as last week, actually, because the last few days, our little Discord chat that myself and Robbie D are a part of, who's been a part of the channel before, which shout out to Robbie D. It's his birthday today as we are recording this podcast on St. Paddy's Day. So happy birthday to him. But yeah, we haven't been playing Among Us the last few days because the majority of the Discord chat that we are a part of has actually been playing Fortnite for some reason. So no one's really been playing Among Us. I've been going to the gym, of course. Gyms are back open, trying to get there 3 days a week. But trying to get a gym appointment right now is like trying to get a Funko Shop order for a limited piece item. Like you have to log on to your account. There's only 10 spots available. And then it's literally gone in, I would say, less than a minute. Like it is crazy. Sometimes the computer crashes. Then, of course, spending a lot of money on Roll Up the Rim to win at Tim Hortons, which I'm actually going to list off, and I will be doing this every week until Roll Up the Rim is over for What's the Haps, of what I've won throughout the past week. So I've counted a total of 85 rewards points that I've gotten from Tim Hortons, a lot of 5 rewards points roll-ups, which kind of a swift kick in the nuts right there, but it is what it is. And I'm going to gradually go until the best prize of the week. So then moving on to the coffee prize, which of course I redeemed for my green tea, a donut prize, which I used for my New York cheesecake donut, which tastes fantastic. And then the best prize I probably won this week was the digital Cineplex rental. So I get to rent a free movie off of the Cineplex website, Then I've been filming and editing a lot of videos for the YouTube channel. I spend a lot of time doing that, especially for a fandom related podcast in a few weeks. So we have the 5 days of content for that. And then, yeah, I got to film some videos very soon. I got a giveaway from K Dog and Fish coming in the mail. So that's got to be filmed. A lot of cool videos coming down the pipeline in the next couple of weeks. And then speaking of K Dog and Fish, I just want to say congratulations to K Dog and Fish for becoming the official Canadian retailer for the Emerald City Comic Con Masters of the Universe soda cans. So cool to see them get some Comic Con exclusives, essentially. Even though that they were attended for Grosvenor, which is a distribution company. Grosvenor had the soda cans, and they also had the, I think it was Wonder Woman pop and the Deadpool pop, which I didn't really care about. Those were probably like the least anticipated pops out of that entire con, so I didn't really care about them. But Grosvenor sent the pops over to Fan Expo's website, and then the sodas are going through K-Dog and Fish, which is wicked because I'm hoping that's a thing that happens in the future where all the soda cans that get shared with Grosvenor actually get shared with K-Dog and Fish, because I think that'd be so cool. I ended up pre-ordering 2 of the soda cans actually, and we'll be adding it to our huge pile of Funko soda cans that we will be cracking open, as we're gonna call it. I couldn't figure out a name, and MD's like, call it cracking it open. So we're gonna crack open some cans in the future. And I think with what we've ordered so far and have yet to arrive, we have reached the 20 mark. So I think it's over 20. So yeah, I purchased 2 of the soda cans that K-Dog and Fish had, which were the Man-at-Arms character, because I felt like that character had a really cool chase. So I ended up getting 2 of those. So hopefully I end up getting the chase and the common, because that'd be sweet. For the first time ever, I've actually ordered a Funko Pop from the Whatnot app. A lot of the bigger YouTubers are getting pops from the Whatnot app, and they're doing live streams of like raffles and giveaways. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go and purchase a pop, which I'm not going to mention what pop it is because it will be a future mail call video of purchasing my first pop from Whatnot. Then last night, I actually watched on Disney Plus. They have the new series of the Marvel Studios Assembled, and it's basically showing the behind the scenes of different like Marvel movies or shows. And it was on WandaVision this episode. So I watched the behind the scenes of WandaVision and how it's made and how they brought in a crowd for the first ever kind of Marvel sitcom that they're doing. It was really cool to see everything and get all the actors' opinions about the show and everything. And then the last thing I wrote down is Masters of the Universe. I surprisingly had more time to actually watch some Masters in the Universe. I think I'm on, I'd like to say episode 25 now, which I still have quite a bit of ways to go. It's 65 episodes in the first season, so I'm almost halfway there. All right, so now we can move on to the Funko Pop announcements for this past week, which first announcement happened on March 9th, which Hot Topic had announced their own exclusive pop of a Diamond Collection Marie from the Aristocats, in which that is available now, both in stores and online, I believe. Then on March 11th, Funko had announced a couple of 10-inch Walmart exclusive pops, which the first one we're looking at is Blue from Jurassic World. And then we got ourselves Optimus Prime from Transformers, which both of them are expected to release as early as May 2021. Then on Friday, March 12th, which would have been when last week's podcast was released, Funko had announced a couple of Star Wars pops. So first off, the first one is actually a part of the Star Wars Collector's Box, which will be exclusive to EB Games / GameStop, in which the 2 pops featured in here is Bastilla Sean and Jedi Knight Revan, which this whole box is expected to release as early as May 2021. And then we got ourselves the first of 7 Pop Deluxe pops, a part of a new set called the Bounty Hunter Collection, which the first pop in this set is, of course, Boba Fett, which that is going to be also an EB Games / GameStop exclusive, and is expected to release as early as May 2021. Then on Monday, March 15th, Funko had announced a Nerd Deadpool for the Deadpool 30th anniversary lineup, which is a Funko Shop exclusive. And as far as I know, it is still available now on the Funko Shop website. And then basically saving not only what is the last announcement we're going to talk about for this week, but will also be the best announcement throughout this entire week, saving the best for last. Yahoo Entertainment had announced on March 15th, but later shown off by Funko on their social media platforms on March 16th, the first wave of Seinfeld Funko Pops, which this set we have here, starting off with the commons, we have Jerry, George, Elaine, Kramer, Jerry in a puffy shirt, Elaine with a sombrero, Yev Kasim, and we got Newman, along with Funko Shop exclusive variants of 3 different versions of Kramer. One is in his golf outfit, one is holding a sandwich, and one is called Kramer Good Cop. Then we got ourselves a Kramer in his underwear that will be an Amazon exclusive. Then we got 2 Walmart exclusive pops, which first we have ourselves Yev Kasim, which will be a pop and tea bundle. And then we have Jerry with the Pez. And then we have ourselves a set of Target exclusive Seinfeld pops, which we got ourselves the Kramer, Jerry, and then a holistic George, which these are expected to release as early as May 2021. So starting off with the Marie from the Aristocats, I don't really know about the Aristocats all that much. I didn't really take time to go watch it, but this pop, it's all right. I know they made a flocked variant that also went to Hot Topic back in the day. I want to say it was like 3 years ago, I want to say. The only difference, really, obviously, besides the fact that it's Diamond Collection, not flocked, is the fact that the logo on top, originally it just said Disney, but in this case, it actually does say Disney, the Aristocats. I did a little research there. Then we got ourselves the 10-inch blue from Jurassic World. This is a pretty detailed pop, and I wondered, did they make it a Walmart exclusive because the dinosaur's name is Blue and that Walmart's logo is blue? I don't know how many people really are hyping over this, but I'm sure there are some people out there that definitely copped for this. Then we got ourselves the 10-inch Optimus Prime from Transformers. I mean, we've already seen 2 4-inch variants of Optimus Prime, one of the regular one, and then they did one for that like Transformers versus G.I. Joe mystery box that just recently released. I just remembered there is also the metallic variant. I don't want to forget about that. That was Amazon exclusive. So there is 3 other Optimus Primes now as I think about it. 10-inch variant is just the normal one, except it's now a 10-inch instead of a 4-inch, or I should say here, because it's part of Funko terminology, it is jumbo size. That's what they're calling 10-inch figures. I like it for the sake that a lot of the details that you probably can't see with the 4-inch pop will actually be brought out more, like the Autobots logos on his arms. I think they will be brought out more there, and it won't be so much of a paint smudge. I feel like it's a little more realistic in a sense, only because like if you had like a fire truck toy, which is what Optimus Prime in this case is, he was a fire truck in the retro toys in the original animation show, not a transport truck like they want you to think for the movies. I mean, I had the Transformers Optimus Prime as a kid, the actual huge fire truck, and I feel like a 10-inch variant, and if you shrunk it down to make it like a fire truck, would actually be the size of what they had sold the fire trucks to be. So I think it's a little bit realistic as terms of the 10-inch, unlike the 4-inch. But I totally understand if people don't want the 10-inch pop, because of course 10-inch pops do take up a lot of space in your collection. Then we got ourselves the Star Wars collector's box. So I have no idea who Bastilla Sean is. I barely played the Star Wars games. Of course, I'm pretty sure both of these are from the Knights of the Old Republic games that most people would have played on, I would like to say OG Xbox. I wanted to say Xbox One, but it's technically not Xbox One because there is a system called Xbox One. But the first Xbox is where I normally remember Knights of the Old Republic being a part of. Bastilla Sean looks pretty cool, though. I like the idea of a yellow lightsaber because it's pretty rare to see a Jedi with a yellow lightsaber, unless, you know, someone puts in the comments, but Rey had a yellow lightsaber in the freaking Rise of Skywalker. No one cares about the Rise of Skywalker right now, okay? It looks pretty cool, and I just realized now this is actually a double-sided yellow saber. And then you got Jedi Knight Revan, which I guess is pretty cool for the sense of that a lot of people were actually doing custom variants of that version with their other Darth Revan pops, because of course Darth Revan has been seen with that white hood. So it's cool that Funko ended up doing this version of Darth Revan. Then we got ourselves the Boba Fett from the Bounty Hunter collection. This is actually a really unique set of pops. This set is pretty cool for the fact that it makes people think, like, is this to dedicate that one scene from Empire Strikes Back where Darth Vader hires the bounty hunters? Or is this actually just going to be like a set of different bounty hunters throughout the Star Wars series, considering that I'm pretty sure through the scene from Empire, there was only 5 bounty hunters, including Boba. There was Bosk, there was the OG IG-11, and then there was 2 other ones I can't remember the names of. One looked like a zombie, The other one I can't remember. But I feel, though, because there are 7 actually, that they are going to expand with different bounty hunters in this case. So it's not just those Empire Strikes Back one, although a lot of people are hoping that a new Bosk is made because the OG Bosk Pop is getting up there in price. And I feel like with what Funko can do with Funko Pops now compared to 2015 per se, that they can really update Bosk to look really, really nice. So I'm hoping that there is a Bosk in this set. A lot of people are also hoping for a new Cad Bane for this set, which would be pretty insane considering Cad Bane was only made for San Diego Comic-Con 2018, I believe. So that'd be cool. Maybe a new Jango Fett would be nice. I can't think of any other of, maybe that one what was that name? I'm sure you might know the name of it. The bounty hunter from episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where they're hired by Jango Fett and ends up getting shot and turned into that alien thing. I think that'd be cool as a pop too, because I don't think we've ever gotten a pop of that character yet.
You want me to just tell you the name?
I guess so.
The name you were thinking of is Zam Wessel.
Okay, I think that's who I'm thinking of too. Okay, cool. So Zam Wessel could be one of these 7 bounty hunters, and that'd be really cool. I'm excited to see what the next one is because that determines how this whole lineup is going to end up turning out to be. Then we got the Nerd Deadpool. I'm a little mixed opinion about this. Of course, we're getting a lot of Deadpool, but that's also to be expected due to the fact that it's Deadpool's 30th anniversary this year, which if anyone hasn't seen yet, we did do a top 10 list of Deadpool Funko Pops in honor of the 30th anniversary. So if you guys want to go check that out, little suggestion thingy above, or it'll be at the end screen, whatever I feel like doing when I post this podcast. Yeah, I don't like it because of the fact that there is so many Deadpools, of course, but I don't think this is the worst Deadpool. It's nothing compared to that teddy bear pants Deadpool, but I think it's really, really cool. I'm really curious about what he is holding as his backpack, though, because you can't really see what he's holding as a backpack, but I'm really curious to see when people do unboxings of this in probably the next week or two, whenever Funko ships these out, to see what he's holding in the backpack. I like how he's holding the textbook. He's got the pocket with a pen and it looks like an eraser also. And then he has a pin that says, I love math. And he's got the tape in the middle of his glasses. I think it's really cool. I think it's actually one of the better Deadpool pops as terms to the 30th anniversary wave for this year. Like I would say it's right up there with like Dino Pool. And then we move on to the Seinfeld pops, which of course they made the 4 main characters, obviously, and there's a couple of each of them. I feel like my favorite of these 4 commons in the first photo has to be Kramer. They just executed the hair so well. And then with the next photo, I am so glad. So first of all, do I have to keep calling it Yev Kassman? Or can I say Soup Nazi? Or a bunch of those Gen Z pieces of are going to cancel culture me for saying Soup Nazi? All right? Is that what you're going to do, Gen Z people? Or Gen whatever the hell you are? Huh? Cancel culture me? Huh? I dare you. Do it. Try it. Cancel culture DK wrestler. I dare you. The Soup Nazi is awesome. I'm going to keep saying Soup Nazi because that's how I know of the character. Newman is awesome. All the other comments, they're all right, but I feel like the Newman, Soup Nazi, and probably the Kramer are my favorites of this. And maybe the Jerry with the microphone because he's known for his stand-up comedic bits. The Kramers are pretty cool also, especially the one with his underwear. And then now we can move on to the Soup Nazi with the Pop and Tea bundle, which is probably my favorite pop of the entire set. I think if I were to get one Seinfeld pop, it'd probably have to be that Pop and Tea bundle just because he's pouring the soup and you also have that "Not so for you" t-shirt. You got the Target exclusives, which what looks to be the case is that with the Kramer, or it is the Kramer, that's what it's called, is that it's going to be a normal pop, but it's going to be like the pop comic covers size box. So it's going to be stacking up like that in the exact same size because it has the painting behind them.
So starting off with the Diamond Collection Hot Topic exclusive Marie from Aristocats. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Finally, we have another Diamond Collection where it makes sense. And then Blue from Jurassic World. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing where he has like the blue on his head and his name is Blue, so why not make it a Walmart exclusive? It's all right. I mean, obviously it's got good detail and jumbo pops for dinosaurs makes a lot of sense and I feel like they would look good, so that's pretty cool. The jumbo size Optimus Prime, yeah, it's the same thing where it makes sense for Optimus Prime or any Transformer to be jumbo size, so why not do it? Then the Star Wars box. Yeah, I don't remember that first character, but the double-sided yellow lightsaber is definitely pretty cool. The pop itself looks pretty good, so that's cool. I'm just completely kind of out of collecting Star Wars pops for the most part. And then the Jedi Revan, that's really cool as well. Obviously, me and DK are pretty big fans of Revan, so it's cool to see that he's getting another pop. And then this bounty hunter collection, I got a couple things to say about this. So I love this. I love the idea of this. I think it's going to be super awesome. I definitely want to collect all 7 of these because I don't know. I feel like pop wise for Star Wars, I haven't really wanted to collect anything recently, but this is pretty exciting. And yeah, I could totally see you're going to get those 6 original bounty hunters from The Empire Strikes Back, which is, if I can name them all, I don't know if I can. IG-88, Bosk. Jesus, I thought I would definitely be able to name more of those. Geez, I don't know. But there was only 6. So there's obviously 1 extra bounty hunter here. And the question is, who is it going to be? Because if they don't do those first 6, that just doesn't make sense. But then who's it going to be? Like you said, it could be Jango Fett. It could be Cad Bane, which would be pretty cool. I'm kind of hoping it's a new Aura Singh because I really like that character. She's dope. It could be Zam Wessel, which would be super cool as well because I don't think there is a pop for her. Asajj Ventress, I'm pretty sure, is classified as a bounty hunter, so it could be that. Geez, I don't know who else it could be, but I'm super excited for this. Hopefully it's not something dumb. I don't think it will be. I can't wait for these to come out because I'm definitely going to be getting all 7. And then we have the Deadpool. You guys know my opinion on Deadpool if you listen to the podcast frequently. It's not like I hate Deadpool. I just hate how there's so many of these Deadpool pops, which I haven't found funny since the first wave of them that came out. But this one is all right. I don't mind it. And then we have the main event. Oh, finally, The Rock has come back. Obviously not The Rock, but Seinfeld pops, which I've been waiting for so long. I didn't think it would ever happen. They're doing a really good job here so far. And obviously there's so much that they can do because there's so many seasons and episodes of Seinfeld and so many iconic characters. So I'm not going to really get into that. So let's start talking about the main 4. These look great. Iconic poses. I mean, your common Jerry there is kind of in his stand-up routine. He's got the microphone, which is really, really cool. George looks great. Elaine looks really, really great. I'm glad they went with that attire. And then you have Kramer, which is awesome. For those of you who don't know, my name is Matthew. But when I was born, my name was so close to being Cosmo. My dad wanted to name me Cosmo because that is Kramer's first name. But my mom would not allow that, which is unfortunate because I think Cosmo would be a really, really awesome name. And then the second set of 4 pops, these are awesome. I'm so happy they did Jerry with the puffy shirt. That is one of the most iconic scenes from Seinfeld, I would say. Elaine with the sombrero is great. They did Newman, which not really surprised about that. Newman is a main character, I guess you could say, really, in Seinfeld. And then you have the soup Nazi, which is awesome. I love how you have the common where he's pointing the finger saying, "No soup for you." So great. That is arguably the most iconic scene from Seinfeld. So cool. Then the Funko Shop exclusives of all Kramer. I love the golf attire one. I don't remember the middle one. You said it was called Good Cop. It's ringing a bell. I feel like it was something to do with him and Newman kind of creating some sort of business, but I don't remember exactly. And then, yeah, I'm almost positive that the other Kramer is from season 1 where he's in the bathrobe, where it might even be from the pilot episode. I don't remember, though. Kramer in the underwear when I'm pretty sure he comes flying through the door and he's just wearing underwear and they're basically like, "What the hell are you doing?" That's not what happens, but that's the vibe that it gives off. Then for the Walmart exclusives, that soup Nazi is awesome as well. Pouring the soup. I'm so glad it's a pop and tea combo. I will definitely be getting that. So awesome. And then a pop that I would have never thought of is that Walmart exclusive Jerry with the Tweety Bird Pez. That's hilarious. And then you have the Kramer, which is super awesome. I'm so pumped that they did it like this. Again, this is something that I don't think I would have thought of. And this is awesome. I have a couple pictures of the Kramer around the house. I love that Kramer. I can't wait to get that. I'm probably going to buy just about every single Seinfeld merch that Funko pops out because it's just all great and I love Seinfeld. And then you have that casual Jerry, which is really, really cool as well. I'm glad they did that one because, I mean, you don't want to see him in a suit all the time, I guess, and it makes sense. And then the other George, I remember this scene, but I don't remember exactly what happened. It's been a while since I've seen Seinfeld besides random episodes here and there, but actually binging through it.
We'll move on now to Funko's news about WonderCon 2021 exclusives, which, yes, Funko officially confirmed this past Friday, when last week's podcast was actually released, that there indeed will be WonderCon exclusive pops for 2021, or as they're going to call it this year, it will be Virtual Wondrous Con without the E in between the D and the R. So it's like Wond R Us. So they posted on their social media platforms, and this is the exact caption that they wrote. Since the start of our virtual conventions, we have been striving to improve the virtual experience for our fanatics. Due to global shipping and port delays, we have chosen to offer a better experience by postponing the sale of Wondrous Convention exclusive items to April 23rd. We made the decision to get ahead of unexpected, frustrating delays. We will still be posting Wondrous Convention announcements on March 26th and appreciate your continued support. So Funko has officially confirmed that there's a bit of delays as terms to the making of the Wondrous Convention pops or WonderCon 2021 pops. And it seems like it was originally slated to happen when WonderCon was originally supposed to happen as an in-person event, which was March 26th, so next Friday. But they decided, let's make it happen on April 23rd, which we'll talk about a few things, our opinions on. First of all, what our thoughts are on this whole situation of having them delay. Is it good? Is it a bad thing? We'll start off with you, MD.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a bad thing for anybody, really. Like, if anything, it just gives you a little bit more time to save up some money if there are a bunch of things you'd like to drop money on. But the only gripe I can see about it is that at Hot Topic, Hot Cash starts on the 22nd. So I could see myself spending a lot of money that week, which is kind of unfortunate.
I think it's actually a great decision that Funko did this just because we're still kind of recovering from Emerald City Comic Con, which was right at the beginning of March, and then to kind of end off the month of March with another convention, which, yeah, I'm pumped for April 23rd, except the fact that, yes, Hot Cash does begin on April 22nd. However, it's always a rule that you can't use Hot Cash on Wondrous Convention exclusives. However, I did find a loophole before where if you order it online and you order it with something not a convention exclusive, then it actually works that way. But if you went in store, then it's not going to work that way. So it's kind of disappointing in that aspect. But yeah, I think it's a great decision that Funko decided, let's delay it basically a month, get people to save their money, all that. And then now, because WonderCon is happening again, so WonderCon, for those that might not know, WonderCon debuted with convention exclusives last year in 2020, and now they are back with 2021, which kind of makes sense because the same people that run San Diego Comic-Con also run Wondrous Con, or WonderCon, I should say. So now let's make some predictions. Are there going to be the same amount of pops as there was last year, or will there be more pops this year because they're putting more trust in this convention? Start off with you, MD.
I sure hope there'll be more. What was there? 6 pops last year, something like that, like 5 or 6 pops.
Yeah, I think there was a total, if I'm not mistaken, because anyone that watched, I mentioned it on the prediction video last week, that I think they had 8 Funko Pops, 7 Funko Sodas, not including Chases, and then they had that apron from last
Yes.
year, and that was all of the exclusives. So you say there's going to be more. I think there might be a little more, but not so much more. Like, I think because it's still a newer convention, it's gonna be kind of like a Fan Expo Canada where you don't get as much as you get in your big 3 cons. So then now what's going to happen is that there is going to be WonderCon exclusive predictions, except I'm not going to be making my predictions for Wondrous Convention pops due to the fact that, like I mentioned last week on the channel, I did make my Funko Pop and Funko Soda predictions for WonderCon 2021. So I'm going to kind of be excluded out of this case, but I had told MD to write down 3 to 5 predictions, which I'm assuming it's all pops. I don't know if you wrote down any Funko Sodas, which I wouldn't have cared if you did write Funko Sodas down, but I'm assuming they're going to be all pops. So let's take it away with MD Shady. What are you going to predict for WonderCon 2021? What you want to see or possibly what you think will probably happen?
So the first thing I'm going to say is no, I didn't write any soda cans, but hopefully there are some cool ones because recently I know me and you have definitely been buying those mostly rather than pops, honestly. So I hope there are soda cans, but I did write down 3 pops. And I don't know how accurate it's going to be because who knows? I feel like Funko has been throwing just such random stuff at us, especially if you look at like even the pops from this past week. Like it's a lot of pops we've already seen. Like we've seen Marie, we've seen Jurassic Park, we've seen Transformers, we've seen some of those Star Wars characters, we've seen Deadpools, and really the Seinfeld stuff is the only new stuff. So who knows about WonderCon exactly what's going to go on? But the 3 pops that I did list down is a pop that I think I predicted in one of our other recent podcasts, and that is Smithers from Simpsons. I just feel like we're bound to get that sooner than later. I mean, it's a pretty main side character, I guess you could say. So yeah, I feel like we'll see Smithers eventually. Hopefully it's at WonderCon. And then I have the silver metallic Mewtwo. It's unfortunate, but I feel like we're going to be getting some kind of Pokemon pop. I had to write one down, so I put that one because that one seems most likely. And then for the last one, I kind of changed it up a bit, and there's going to be some sort of exclusive Raya and the Last Dragon pop, I feel like, especially considering the movie is now out and for people who want to pay that ridiculous price. But then on June 4th, the movie will be out for everybody else, and it just feels like good timing to do an exclusive pop for it.
That's going to be the end of this week's podcast. If you enjoyed this week's podcast, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let us know your thoughts of this week's Funko Pop announcements, especially the Seinfeld pops, and let us know your predictions for virtual Wondrous Con pops. Press the subscribe button for more content like this podcast and any other videos we do on this channel in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. And if you guys haven't yet, follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. It'll be listed in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this week's podcast, and we hope to see you guys next week for what will be the top 10 Funko Pops of March 2021 list on A Funko Popcast. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Peace in. No soup for you.